Hey Lee, man. So today was Valentine's Day, man. I know, you with the wifey and you got your little Valentines and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, to be honest with you, me and the wife, we don't really celebrate it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Celebrate it.
It's like it's every day.
It's every day. I
Yeah.
mean, if you're doing what you're supposed to do, I mean, this day, you don't need a day to express how you truly feel about a significant other. We've been married. This will be our 20th. I know
Yeah.
I mean, you set the path. You're a little bit more than me,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah, man.
But no, man, I mean, we spent the day together. I still worked, but after work, we just finished, and I mean, we do, I guess we call it like geeky stuff, right? We watched like 2 hours of anime, right? And
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
out, kids was out in the front playing their video games, and we just chilling in the man cave here and just watching some flicks. So
Hey,
yeah, that's about it, man. You
that's what
you
it's
know
all
what?
about.
There was a trivia question on that I ran across, and I it made me chuckle. The question was, what is the average cost for a dozen roses in the United
Average
States?
cost for a dozen
What do you
roses.
think it is? Yeah.
Average cost for a dozen roses. Let me see. I'm gonna guess. I will guess $75.
Okay. You did better than me because I let me tell you something. I can't tell you the last time I bought a dozen roses.
Dude,
Right?
I'm just putting inflation on. I didn't even know what to.
No, that's good. I actually thought it was somewhere around 35, $40,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah, 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 yeah.
And it's $90.
$90.
$90 is the average cost.
Crazy, man. That's crazy. Yeah, yeah. I mean, we sort of like you guys, man. We don't, chocolates and going out and being forced to buy stuff and all that stuff like that.
No,
we don't participate, man. It's
me.
like you say, it's every day, man. It's
Yeah,
every day.
it's every day. Like some days out of the year, just
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah, man. Yeah, but the significance of this day was that it was also the Eagles parade, man. Philadelphia Eagles celebration parade. Man, I watched the whole thing, and let me tell you, it was amazing to see, players, just jumping off the buses and going out and high-fiving fans. And let me tell you, they said it was over 1.5 million fans out there, man. I mean, it is. I mean, Philadelphia Eagles fans. I really got to do some research and see, like, at these parades, like, what has been the biggest crowds ever. I think that's a trivia question too. That I'm gonna look that up and see, like, who has had the biggest crowd ever. But let me tell you, man. I mean, the crowd was just. You had people staking out the night before. You know,
yeah,
I mean, I'm a diehard Eagles fan, but I don't even think I'm gonna stake out the night before, man. I'm telling you, yeah, yeah. I'm just gonna have to get there with everybody else. But man, it was good to see. One of the Jalen Hurts when he got up there to talk. He's the guy is just so. I mean, he was smiling, but then he wasn't smiling. He was serious, and he was like on to the next pursuit, man.
yeah,
On to the next pursuit.
yeah.
And one thing I like about him also in that in the his speech, he didn't say, "Oh, we going too straight," or we gonna win the next one. No, he just back to business, and business is, hey, on to the next pursuit.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah.
I like that. I like that. Siri, I wasn't talking to you, man. But yeah, you know that, man. That is what gives me that made me feel good because I went and I looked back to the last year parade, and Patrick Mahomes, was out there talking about we going three straight. This is gonna be the first time we have a three-peat. I mean, he put that out there. I know players put that out there because they excited and they and the crowd there and all that stuff like that. But man, you just got to go back to work, man. Go back to work. Do what you got to do. Brandon Graham came up, and he still left it out there if he was going to retire or he was coming back. But I think he's going to come back. I think he's leaning to coming back for one more year to finish it up since he got injured. Paired in the Super Bowl. But man, AJ Brown came up, man, and he was like, the only thing I gotta say, man, is you know y'all, a lot of people out there said I was a diva. A lot of people say, all I care about is stats. But you say the one thing that I have that nobody could take away is I'm a world champion. Man, that was legit. That was straight. And that's been the mantra for AJ Brown, throughout the season was, everybody, it's all about stats. It's all about, he's a diva. This dude is nowhere close to a TO. TO was a diva. But this guy, man, he's just a legit player, man. The the parade was fantastic. Luck, I mean, I couldn't be there. It was is I knew some people that were there in the crowd. I got some nice photos and live shots and stuff like that. That they sent me on Instagram. But it was just good to see the parade. I'm glad this is over. We could put this behind us and now let these guys get some rest and then get back to business, man. Get back to business because you know things don't stop in the NFL. Things keep going. I know you just had the Senior Bowl and you got the draft coming up and you got a bunch of things that's coming up and these teams got to keep going. But I hope these guys get some rest because it's gonna be back in the grind again. But yeah, man, it was good. February 14th, 2025. Valentine's but my Valentine, man, my Valentine was celebrating with my Eagles, man.
The Eagles is your
That,
Valentine.
that, that was my Valentine today, man. Celebrating with my Eagles, man.
No,
It's one of
yeah,
those days.
you made some good points, right? With starting with Hurts. He's a coach's son,
Yeah,
right? And you can see that. You can see how his demeanor, the way he carries himself, the way he handles adversity, and equally as important, the way he handles like the victories and the highs, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
He's one of the most even-keeled professional athletes I think I've ever seen. It almost seems robotic the way
I'm
he
telling you.
carries himself.
Yeah,
And some people may misconstrue that as him being disingenuous.
right.
I think
That happens a lot.
that's what rubs some people the wrong way because they just don't, they feel like he's not being authentic. But when you see it so consistently, it's like, that's just him.
That's who he is.
And you're not gonna be for everybody. Not everybody's gonna like you. And he don't give a rip. He don't
He don't
care.
care.
All
He
right.
don't care.
He got the locker room. The guys respect him. He goes out there. He performs. He wins games. I think when they canvassed his records over the past four seasons, I think it's right up there with Mahomes and Allen and all those other guys, right? So
Hmm.
he's like top four, top five in win loss ratio.
That's right.
So
That's
he's
right.
a proven. Now I can say and agree with you that he is a proven winner because even though he won those games, those regular season games, those college and the pros, he never really won a championship. He'd been to the
Didn't win the
championship
championship. Yeah, been to
in
it. Yeah,
college, but he didn't win it.
yeah,
Right
yeah,
now, his second Super Bowl, he's won it. You can
yeah,
say he's a bona fide winner.
yeah.
Kudos to him. But yeah, and I think it goes without saying too. You look at some of these quarterbacks and some of the demeanor of these quarterbacks, and this might rub some people the wrong way. Sorry, not sorry, but I don't mean this with any sort of, I'm not trying to throw no jabs at anyone, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it goes to show when there's a father in some of these players' lives, exactly how they're able to handle these adversities, how they're able to carry themselves, how the maturity, it just seems to be above and beyond
Yeah.
other,
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
that's just an observation, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm happy for him. I think it's definitely well deserved. He fought his way back up, especially after the loss 2 years ago, to come back to the stage and actually win it and win it in the fashion that they did, and with the contributions that he gave. Nothing but respect to that.
Yeah, yeah.
I did want to talk about AJ Brown. It's interesting that you brought him up and you brought up what he said because I didn't watch the parade.
Right, right.
Not my team. I don't care. I'm not going
Yeah,
to watch another team celebrate.
I'm with you because I don't do the same thing. I do the same thing.
But there was an article that came out the other day, and I
Yeah.
really want to get your perspective on this, right?
Okay.
So this is from themirror.com, I guess is what this site is. But I saw it on Bleacher Report as well. And here's the quote. This is a quote from AJ Brown. After a few days, I've had time to reflect on being a champion. I've tried to feel how everyone made it seem to be a champion, and unfortunately, it was short-lived.
Mm,
Understood.
yeah.
2 days to be exact. LOL. Well, this is in an Instagram post. So I didn't go to the Instagram to verify this.
Verify. Yeah, yeah.
Right? But they saying this is from an Instagram post, but it goes on. I've never been a champion at the highest level before. I thought my hard work would be justified by winning it all. It wasn't. My thrill for this game comes when I dominate. It's the hunt that does it for me. It's when the DBs drop their head and surrender because he can't F with me. The intense battles, early mornings, late night sacrifices, right?
Yeah.
What's your take on that?
Yeah, I could see where he's coming from, right? Because when you when you win a Super Bowl, and I think this is would be different for a lot of people and how they win the Super Bowl. The fashion in
Yeah,
how they won the Super Bowl,
yeah,
I think might have taken away from what he was feeling, right? Like that impact. If you win a Super Bowl and it's like the last second, you know, field goal at the end of the game. It was hard fought, and man, you got it right. I think this season for the Eagles, I think in the playoffs, winning the game against the Rams was more of a Super Bowl than winning this game, right? Winning that playoff game against the Rams, then coming back and winning against Washington, like he's saying, that hunt, that process. I think that was more of a challenge, and I think actually another reason why I think he said that too is because they thought that it would have been more of a challenge this year, you know, with Patrick Mahomes and that team, and it wasn't. It wasn't. I mean, it was. So seeing that, he might not have had that feeling of, man, we won the Super Bowl, you know. And I think it's going to sink in later, you know, later on. This may be later on when he, you know, finally sinks in for him that, man, I'm actually a Super Bowl champion, you know, and then you get that appreciation. But I think going through this and the fashion that they won the game,
hmm,
you know, and I know the kind of competitor he is.
yeah,
This guy is very fiery and very competitive, and I agree with that. With
yeah.
him seeing the DB drop their head, or they going back and forth at each other, and that kind of thing, and none of that really happened in this game. You know, it was pretty much cut and dry. So I think if it were more of a battle, you know, then I think it would have been more elation because I even looked at the when we won on the sideline, and when I see other teams, when I had seen other teams win the Super Bowl, right after I see them jump up, and then I turn the TV off. But the I saw, you know, you see elation like last year when Kansas City won, right? You know, it was elation when they beat the Eagles. It was in 23. You know, it was like, oh my God, you know, and it was all of this. But that didn't happen this time.
So you know what? I mean, I have a suggestion,
Yeah,
right?
what you think?
Because I get what he's saying. Like he's saying how, he likes to grind. He wants to, feel the battle, right? He
Yeah,
wants
yeah,
he wants a challenge.
challenge.
It didn't feel like a challenge to him, winning the Super Bowl this go around. So I mean, I'll put it out there. All he got to do is trade Saquon Barkley to the Rams. Trade him to the Rams, right? Trade him to the Rams, right?
He'll have a challenge.
That's your
He'll have a
challenge.
challenge. He'll have a challenge.
Doing you all a favor. If
No,
y'all
no,
didn't feel vindicated or feel like the thrill because it was too easy,
it was
just
too easy.
send him to the Rams, man. We'll take it. We'll take it.
No man, no man, we
We'll
can't
take
do
it.
that.
Yeah, yes, that's
We
what he
can't
asked
do that.
for. He's saying it was too easy. You just said it was too easy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But
Give him
I rather take too easy than struggle. I want it to be too easy and win.
It sounds like, boy, if you don't come from around here with this
I
guy,
know, I know, I know, I know.
you want look, man, look.
You know, go ahead, go ahead.
No, what I'm saying is you can't have it both ways, man.
Can't have it both
You
ways.
really can't, right?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
have a fantastic team,
yeah.
and you have a lot of teams out there who are well built, just like this, and
Right,
they
right.
they're not able to seal the deal. You
Can't seal.
sealed the deal. All of you guys came together. You played in synergy, good coaching, good quarterback play, good management, and
Yeah,
you did it.
yeah, yeah.
That's good. I mean, that is a feat within itself, right? Whether you felt it was too easy or not, that means everybody did their job.
Everybody did their job. That's
Everyone
right.
did their job. It
Yeah,
doesn't it doesn't it doesn't lessen the victory.
right,
It doesn't
right.
cheapen it, right?
No,
So yeah, man. Yeah.
no.
I was
Yeah,
like,
and I think also, you know, what's gonna happen next year, that challenge is gonna come. That it's not gonna be.
Even
It's not gonna be like this. I already know it. It's gonna be a challenge. So that's coming. When you go back through,
he
you
ain't be
go
reading
through
them
it.
books no more.
Yeah. He won't be reading. He won't be reading any books, man. You go through next season, then you'll see as these defensive coordinators start adjusting and having all this film and stuff to look at over the offseason.
Yeah,
Yeah, the change is coming for
yeah,
sure.
yeah, man. But no, I
Yeah,
mean, like I said, I think from top to bottom, the team, you did what you're supposed to do.
yeah,
You all did
yeah,
what you're supposed to do, obviously.
yeah,
So,
man. Yeah.
yeah. All right, all right. Did Jason Kelsey make any guest appearances?
No, he didn't come. I mean, well, he was there, but I know him. I know Jason Kelsey. He was like, nah, this these guys' time.
Yeah.
Let them do their thing. He was there, but he didn't speak. But it wasn't any iconic speeches like that. With the whole garb and all that stuff like that. But yeah, that's one for the history books, man. I could watch that all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, it wasn't anything like that. But it was nice. The guys just delivered. They talked about the upcoming season and that kind of stuff. But it was just a good showing today.
All right, all right, all right.
Yeah,
Yep. So what else we got? So we pivoting here a little bit. A couple days ago, they said the Jets told Aaron Rodgers, "See ya, we
yeah,
done."
yeah. Out of here.
I thought the social media post about it was funny, right? Because I think it says something along the lines of, thank you for, for your blood, sweat, and tears, whatever it may be, the last 2 years. And they just said eight. They didn't even say his name. They just said, thank you, eight. It's like these
In other words, come from around here.
come from around here.
Yeah, yeah.
So he is gone. My question: do you think he's going to retire, or you think another team is going to pick him up?
I think at this point he needs to. I think he needs to. Not that he can't be effective on another team, and I
Hmm.
think he can be effective on another team. But I think for him, let me rephrase that. Not needs to, but he may just go ahead and retire. That's my assumption. However, people could always call people back. You put the right situation in front of somebody, and they can handle it. Don't get me wrong. He still has the talent to be able to play at a
Hmm.
high level. Granted, putting the people around him, right? I know they tried it with the Jets, but the Jets is the Jets, man. The Jets is the Jets. I mean, it is. They are who they are. The coaching, you know, it is what it is. I mean, I don't think, and this one thing going back on that, I don't think they should have fired Saylor. I
No,
think they sh- they,
no,
they should have kept him.
that was a bad move.
Yeah,
It was a really bad move. I think it was definitely reactionary, and it just shows the horrible management of the team. Right, decision making is horrible. Salah was not the issue. He was really, and it showed. He was really the one stopping it from unraveling.
right, right.
The way that it eventually did when he left, or when he
Yeah,
was when he was given his pink slip.
yeah,
But he was not the issue. The organization gave Aaron Rodgers way too much leeway.
yeah,
They catered to him too much.
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, signing players just because he likes them.
Right, right, right.
I
Yeah,
mean, you can't do that. The chain of command is out of whack.
it's out of
Like,
whack.
who's really in control here? And you can't have your quarterback running personnel decisions.
Right, right. You're not a GM, man.
It doesn't make
Come on.
sense, right?
Yeah,
So when you have all of that stuff going on, and then the quarterback is Aaron Rodgers, where yes, he is physically gifted, he has a great arm,
yeah,
even at this age. I
yeah,
think the last 10 games of the season, last
yeah,
season,
yeah,
he threw for more yards and had more touchdowns than Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Hurts, and Justin Herbert, right?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
those guys. Like he put up some really good numbers, even though
yeah.
they weren't winning.
Right.
So you could tell he can still perform at a
Oh
high
yeah,
level. I
yeah.
get it, but he's not the guy that you want running the show. And that's
Right.
what they ended up doing. And so when things were not going the way they were supposed to go, I think they misdiagnosed where the problem was coming from
Mm-hmm.
and made Robert Sila the scapegoat. and
Right.
then ultimately getting rid of the GM who put that team together. All of those you had last year's offensive rookie of the year, or
Right.
was it defensive rookie of the year? No, defensive rookie of the year.
Defensive.
And
Yeah.
then the year before had the offensive rookie of the year, drafted by this GM. He put. He also got what's the running back's name? Is it Brees? Hall, right? Brees
Yeah.
Hall,
Yeah.
right?
Brees Hall. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right. Brees Hall, Garrett
Yep.
Wilson, Sauce Gardner, all of
Yep.
these guys. He put
Yep.
that team together,
Yeah. Yeah.
and you want to get rid of him?
Yeah. That's crazy.
That doesn't make any sense.
And the defense, their defense was like one of the top
What's
defenses
the
last
top
year.
defenses? Yeah, yeah.
So I mean, and going back to Rodgers, um, when you could see when Aaron Glenn came in, he was like, you know what, this guy have a bigger than life personality, and I don't want to attach my coaching career to this guy. Granted, he's a Hall of Famer. He's going into the Hall of Fame, Aaron Rodgers. But Aaron Glenn,
They don't want
decided,
to deal with it. You don't want
yeah,
to
I
deal
don't
with
want
it.
to deal with it. It's too much headache. Bring me in somebody I could start fresh. I'm fresh with the team. Start fresh with the team, and then go from there. So you never know. He could end up somewhere, and he may end up somewhere. But I mean, I guess that remains to be seen.
Yeah, I think he's. I don't think he's gonna retire. I don't. I think he has a little bit too much pride
Yeah, yeah,
to have this be the way his career ends. I'm pretty sure he wants to. He wants to go out. He would love to go out with a Super Bowl, right?
right,
Peyton
right.
Manning did it. Who else? Tom Brady did it, right?
Yep, yep,
These are the quarterbacks that he's compared to.
yeah, yeah.
So I'm pretty sure he would love to do that, but at a bare minimum, he would at least want to go out like Brett Favre did, like vying for a Super Bowl. I think
Right,
Brett
right, right, right.
Favre
Yeah,
the NFC Championship game.
and he has one, right? He has
Who?
one championship. Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, he has Super Bowl.
He got a Super Bowl.
Yeah, he
Okay.
has one Super Bowl.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
That man, you know what? That tells you how difficult it is to get back to Super Bowls, man. It is so difficult because you got to have everything lined up. I mean, contracts, health of people, players in the right spots. I mean,
Yeah.
and
Coaching.
coaching. I mean, it just all has to line up to get to a Super Bowl and win a Super Bowl. And so it's so amazing when you see teams being able to do this, because you got players who they've won one Super Bowl and have never been able to get back ever again. Yeah, I mean that's a big feat.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah,
Let's see what else we got going on. So, with my Rams, they talking about where there's a little bit of mixed feelings going on with the Rams and Cooper Cup, the Rams and Stafford,
mm,
saying
okay,
the Rams are a little bit annoyed about Cooper Cup divulging and leaking the fact that they are looking to trade him. They thought he would have kept that in house, right? I understand why the Rams feel that way, but I also understand why Cup did what he did.
yeah, yeah,
And I, to me, to be honest with you, as a fan, I'm annoyed too, because I'm like, I'm team first.
right, right,
If by him telling people or leaking the fact that the Rams looking to trade him, it could impact the Rams' ability to negotiate with certain teams, then I don't like that. But
yeah,
in my eyes, too, on the other hand, Cup can't do no wrong. He won us a Super Bowl.
yeah,
So he is like, as a fan, you're like forever indebted to
yep,
that guy.
yes, man, absolutely,
But it's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out, because I think everyone, like the Rams, they're dug in. They're going to go ahead with this trade. And then along with that, you got Stafford. And it
yes.
seems as if the Rams are looking to possibly trade him too.
Wow. I mean, that's kind of shocking that, they would be looking to trade, Stafford,
Yeah.
because I mean, so in your opinion, are you thinking they're trying to get younger? They're saying, okay,
Obviously.
yeah,
Obviously.
while
Yeah.
we got some stock in Stafford, people would still want Stafford. We could offload him and then look to get younger in the draft.
Yes, I think they definitely want to get younger. That's the goal.
Yeah.
Stafford is 37.
Yeah.
He put the Rams in a bad position last season and during the offseason, because he he forced a renegotiation of his contract.
Okay.
He's well within his rights to do that. He felt like
Yeah.
he wanted more guarantees. So what they did was they pushed all of the money up from the back end up front,
Yeah.
and they paid him a big chunk of that money. But then you just all you're doing is kicking the can down the road, right? Because now of the end of the season, and now all that money that they pushed up, there's hardly any money left. So now he's looking at it again. He's like, look, I don't want to go into next season with this at this amount. We need to
Yeah.
renegotiate. And the
Yeah.
Rams at this point are like, we tired of this. We don't
Right. Yeah.
want to renegotiate again. We just went through this last season.
Right.
Maybe
Yeah.
the money that you asked for.
Yeah.
You know what we did.
Right.
So you would understand that coming into this offseason that this is what is left.
Right.
What's the problem?
Yeah.
Right. So,
Yeah.
but of course that, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Yesterday's problem. This is now today's problem. And now today's problem, I need more money. And the Rams, I think, are at a point where they don't want to invest a large sum of money into a 37-year-old quarterback, albeit that quarterback is still playing at a really high level.
Yeah.
I think and then I heard reports too that his wife, because she has a podcast.
Yeah.
And she messy.
She got a.
She's messy. I don't know if you've seen some of the things.
She talking, instigating stuff on the podcast.
She's divulging stuff without divulging stuff. I think at first she was divulging a whole bunch of things, and I think the Rams reined her in. Like, look, you can't be talking about business like that.
Right.
That's Ram, and I believe Matt Stafford talked to her too.
Yeah.
Now she's still talking and leaking certain things, insinuating certain things. Like, yeah, we love LA, but if we got to start over, we don't mind. Like, we'll do that and stuff like that.
Time for them to go.
So Rams,
she forcing the hand, man. She forcing the hand. When it's like that,
yeah.
Seeing this insight that you're talking about now, yeah, I don't see him being there next season. I don't see him.
It's sad because. It's a little bit of fan debt there too, right? Where he was the one that got us over the hump.
Yeah.
God couldn't do it. We brought him in.
Yeah.
Comes in and he's able to seal the deal, get us the Super Bowl with Cup. It hurts a little bit to see this happening and knowing that, look, eventually they're probably going to part ways and not in as an amicable manner as you would have liked.
Right.
But one thing I know about Les Snead and Sean McVay, they are always going to do what they feel is best for the team.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And they are really good talent evaluators.
Yeah.
And every time we lost someone, when we picked someone up, they was either just as good or better.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see what they got in mind.
I'm excited about this offseason because it's going to be a lot of shakeups, going to be a lot of changes, free agency, always moving around. That is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it, man.
Yeah. So yeah, man. So after this, I think we're going to start getting into some of these prospects. I'm reading some reports, looking at some of the scouting reports on these draft prospects. We'll get into that next. Free agency, I think, is going to be up before it's going to start before the draft.
Before the draft, right?
That's going to be exciting. I have a sneaky feeling though between now and next week, because the NFL don't like to stay. They don't.
Oh no.
Especially during the off season.
Yeah.
You can't have an off week.
No.
They want to do something to capture the media, try to capture some attention. I think a big trade is going to happen.
Something's happening.
Something's going to happen.
Myles Garrett is out there.
Yes, Myles Garrett. He asked for to be traded.
Yeah.
With the Browns.
Yep.
And I think we're going to see a lot of movement with the teams at the top of this draft because it's been widely reported that even though you got Cam Ward out of University of Miami, you have Shador Sanders, Colorado. They don't think that this is a strong quarterback class.
Yeah.
So even though you have teams in that top tier who are looking for a quarterback,
right,
they may see more value in trading back and getting more additional pieces and probably picking up a quarterback late.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely could see it. This is all I know. The Giants better do right. Because, they've been getting burned they've been getting burned. And let me tell you, they in the NFC, so I don't care how much they get burned. Keep getting burned. Keep getting burned. But let me tell you, if that GM screw up, I mean, he already screwed up enough to get fired.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you make another boneheaded move, he probably asking. I don't know if you've seen the clip him asking his son like who they should pick. You know,
I saw that. I saw
yeah.
that.
I'm like
Jaden Dan. His son was like Jaden Daniels.
Jaden Daniels. I think they might as well give the job to his son, man. It's ridiculous.
Like Jaden Daniels. And
Ridiculous.
he debating with his son like you, and his son's like, do you want to win?
Right.
Husband said, you want to win? That's right.
Your son telling you this that.
He telling you
That's,
this?
that's crazy, man. That's crazy. Hey, one other thing I wanted to bring up real quick.
Yeah.
Dak Prescott, man. Dak Prescott came on. I mean, had the nerve
Mm-hmm.
to come on and say they right there with the Eagles. He said, you know, we right there with the Eagles, man. I mean, you know, we I'm like, Dak, what you been smoking, man? What you been smoking, Dak? I mean, I understand, okay, you the quarterback, and he is the highest paid quarterback in the NFL,
Right.
right? And you can't get out the first round. You can't even get out the NFC East. The Washington Commanders came and leapfrogged y'all and was in the NFC Championship game, and you talking about you right there with the Eagles? Come on, man. Dak, stop it.
So
Stop it.
of course, y'all played them twice.
We played them twice. Yes.
You remember the score in those games?
Let me tell you, it was a combined 70 points we put up on them boys. Come on. And this dude, it was 70 something points, and you talking about you right there with the Eagles? Come on, Dak, man. Come on. Stop it.
Hey,
Stop.
so you're right. It was like a combined 70 points that y'all
Yes.
put up.
Yes.
To be exact, y'all put up 75 points, right? On them. Guess how much points they put up combined?
Come on.
13.
Stop it, man. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Just stop this madness, man. This crazy.
I don't know what Doc talking about.
I don't know. I don't know. I
From my
don't know.
understanding, right? He was at a charity event.
Right. Yes. Yes. Yes.
I don't know. Maybe he wasn't feeling trying to be extra positive.
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah.
You know, that's what he was. It was in his spirit at the time. But no, bro.
Man, let me tell you.
Y'all ain't nowhere near close to the Eagles.
Man, let me tell you. If I was that interviewer and he come talking that craziness, man, I would say, look,
Like,
let me get this mic. Let me get this mic. Cut
You
him.
okay? You
Cut him.
okay? Cut it. Cut it. I don't think you'll need to check him.
There's no way, man. There's no way. Yeah, when I heard that, man, I was like, man, come on,
I
Dak.
think the only team, and rightfully so, that y'all need to be concerned about in that division is the Commanders.
Commanders. Yeah,
Because
Commanders.
the Commanders really, when you look at the makeup of the team, they had no reason to be where they were.
No, not at all.
So now, if they play their cards right and they keep adding good pieces to that team, they're going to be comfortable. They're going to
yeah, and that's what you want. I mean, I want the spiritedness in the division. Obviously, I want us to win all the time, but I'd like for people to feel kind of boasty. I like them to, feel like they're gonna do something, and then we just beat them down. I like you to feel good. Feel good.
Well,
And
Dak
then we
feel
just
good.
beat you down.
Dak
Huh?
feel good. Dak feel good.
Dak can feel good exactly where he is. The only team, hey, look, the only team they could beat in the NFC East right now is the Giants, because the Giants is just piss poor, horrible. That's about it.
So here's the thing with the Giants. They only one quarterback away. You know,
They're a quarterback away. And a running back. They need a solid running back too.
no, Tracy Wilson, I think is his name.
Yeah.
Tracy Wilson. He's is it Tracy
Was
Wilson?
he
He's a rookie.
Oh
Right?
yeah, I think I remember.
He's good.
Yeah.
He's good. I liked him. I like what he showed last season, because I think he came on like in the middle of the season, and let's see. Yeah, he came on, and because he came out of I forgot the college he came out of, but he was a wide receiver for a large part of his collegiate career.
Yeah.
And then he got switched to running back.
Okay.
And so he has this really unique skill set, really good hands, understands route concepts, but is just attuned at being, a good, like at the running back position. He knows tackles enough speed to get to the outside.
Yeah.
But I know I'm messing up his name, but I know it's Tracy something, but I think he's going to be, if he stays healthy, I
Right,
think he's going to be a good asset for them going forward. I think they could build on top of him.
right, right, right.
All they need, like I said, and then they got Malik Neighbors at
Yeah,
the
they got wide receiver. Yep.
wide receiver. They get a good quarterback. I think they could start making some noise.
Yeah, I mean, they still got a lot. It's Tyrone Tracy Jr.
Okay,
Yeah,
Tyrone Tracy. Okay,
yeah. So it's they got a lot of work to do still. Their offensive line is trash,
yeah, they need to
and so they got a lot of work to do on the line.
fill that up.
That's why those guys like Tyrone Tracy,
Yeah,
you know, but you got to be able to open them holes up, in order for him to really showcase what he could do. And so they got some work they got to do. I haven't seen many teams in the NFC East that kind of pick up linemen like the Eagles do. The Eagles, we use first round draft picks big time on our big boys.
yeah, you all
That's
do.
where everything is won, man. In the trenches, you got them big boys in there. You know, that's what it's all about. So
That's all I want to see the Rams do this draft.
that's it, man. That's
I want linemen.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's that. And you know what? In years past, and you talking about in the draft, I used to be like, man, why are the Eagles always picking these line? Why are they picking these linemen, man? I mean, but man, when you look at the significance
Hmm.
of these guys, oh man, I'm talking about on average, the Eagles offensive line average 6'7", 300 and some pounds, man. I mean, look, if hey, look, man, them holes that's opening up, dude, I could even try to squeak through there a little bit. I mean, I might get a yard or two.
Yeah.
I might get a yard or half a yard.
We're running what, a 5-3 now?
I might get half a yard, man. But let me tell you, them dudes that make all the difference, man. So them linemen, this draft is gonna be good too. This draft is gonna be good. So yeah,
Well,
we start
you got some
talking
good
about that.
receivers in this draft. I think they said it's really, there's a lot of depth at running back in this
Right.
draft. Well,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
and what I like about the story of Saquon Barkley, I think, and I hope this happens, but I think he's gonna help bring some more validity back to the position.
To the position, man.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
I don't like the way that position has just been
They
undersold.
were about to pretty much almost eliminate running backs. Running backs was going to be obsolete.
Yeah, yeah.
They were going to be throwing the ball all over the yard. But yes, yes, Saquon
Bring
Barkley.
more credence to it.
Yes, and what's my man in Baltimore now?
Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry. These fellas, man, they brought the running back where they should be, an integral part of the game. And you see how it changes the game. It just changes the game when you got a run game, solid run game, and you got your O lineman that could open up them holes, man. And you could wear down defenses by running the ball, picking up first downs. That's a formula, man.
Yeah,
That's a formula.
yeah.
So, yep.
We'll see.
Interesting.
We'll see.
Yes. This is good. So we will we'll hop back on, man, for another episode and try to get, I know one thing we do want to continue to break down also those quarterbacks, those QBs, break those down, kind of rank those too, you
Yeah,
know.
we should have a retrospective, right? We'll do a retrospective on not just we'll probably go position by position. We could
Yeah.
start with quarterbacks, we could do wide receivers, running backs, and
Yeah.
even with the offensive linemen. And if at the time we'll get on the defensive side too. But yeah, we should definitely do quarterbacks in the next segment. We'll just do what our top 10,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? We'll
Yeah.
do our top 10
Yeah.
and,
We
and,
can
and
compare and see what that looks like.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah. All
That's
right,
good.
man.
All right, man.
All right. Peace.